Let's figure out how many Jeep Wranglers I could have filled with my own urine. Holy moly, dude. Life is like my fridge. The bread is always on top. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy. If you're sitting here, you've already read the title, you know exactly what you're about to watch. Let's not hesitate. Let's jump right into it and find out how this is going to be done. Now YouTube, this video is for educational purposes only. Don't get it twisted. Each day I'm going to be using this 1-gallon milk carton to track my progress so I can begin to establish an average. Now, throughout the entirety of this video, I will be using computerized tools to ensure that the calculations I'll be performing are as accurate as they could possibly be. So, come on up and join me at my computer and let's get this started. Alright, welcome to my workspace. Not many people get to see it, so consider yourself privileged. It's about 12:40 right now, so let's get this started. Are there bags under my eyes yet? So I figured I'd probably start by tracking everything in this Excel sheet. So let's go ahead and start this by saving it. Let's save it as piss progress. Let's go ahead and start a column for day, and then the next one will be ounces. These two combined will track the progress. As we go, we're going to start forming an average, and then from there I'll be able to put together a rough idea of what I need to do. Now I know that there's going to be someone who's really smart, who's probably going to leave a comment like, "You forgot to account for body weight and water intake per pound of body mass, you freaking idiot. Lol, you even have an education. You should drop out of college. Lol, I'm smarter than you because I can use Google. Lol, and you're fucking destroyed." If you're going to be the person that makes that comment, I want you to know one thing. I don't care. Piss recordings will start tomorrow. ASAP. I will see you there. It's day 1, 8 o'clock. Time to get started. Now, obviously, you can't see me doing this, but this is not something that I'd be dishonest about. I don't know why I would do that. Let's start the data collection. It actually dawned on me while I was making fun of myself that I should add a column for amount of water consumed. So let's go ahead and do that. Ounces. Go ahead and save. This bottle's about 24 ounces and I've consumed probably 3.5 to 4 so far. I'm working on my 4th. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I put a little bit of a preview up on my story along with a poll asking for some dumb questions or some random questions or whatever, and that I would be answering all of them on camera. So here goes nothing. Now, after looking at a couple of these questions, I don't want names attached with what they sent, so I'm not going to use anybody's real names. Everyone has lost that privilege. If you asked the question, you know who you are. If you didn't ask the question, just enjoy. Was the death of Kim Jong-un an accident? I don't know if I'm actually, like, able to talk about him legally. Can I safely talk about Kim Jong-un? I'm gonna refrain from talking about this as much as I can because I feel like his sister is going to travel overseas and kidnap me and I'll never be seen again. Why is it when I ask for 500 citizens for thoughts on Detroit, I only get 300 responses? This video is gonna get flagged. Wait. If hot dogs became sentient and could move on their own, how many teeth would they have, and how many could you take on before being overwhelmed? Holy crap, that's a freaking question and a half. Let's think about this. Alright, so we've switched to tablet mode. Let's say that a hot dog grew teeth and was able to hop around. Let's say that here was me. Boom. This would be the hot dog. Yeah, I mean, probably taking on one, it's not too big of a deal. I think it would probably scare the heck out of me a little bit. I don't know if I'd want to eat a hot dog like this, especially if it was sentient. But throw in 4 into the equation, and I don't think I'd be able to make it out of that one. 4 sentient dogs are probably not good for my health. This right here is where I'd probably give up. I am not a hot dog man, so I can't promise that I'd be able to make it out of this one alive. Good question, good question. I really like the critical thinking that's coming into play here. Alright everybody, how's it hanging? We're in day 2. We're gonna go ahead and enter in the data for day 1. I measured it out yesterday. I pissed out 97 ounces and I consumed, oh goodness, hold up, let me do a quick calculation. So I consumed 144 ounces yesterday. Is that like healthy? Water should I drink per day? Of course, they gotta throw in the stock image. I am drinking exactly the amount that I need to be drinking. Okay, so now that all the data recordings are current, let's go ahead and keep answering some questions. Question number 4, where do babies come from? Screw you. Question number, I don't know. Are you really pissing in a bottle? You know what, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but come here. Obviously some people don't understand this. Do you think this is a figment of my imagination? Yes, I'm really recording it, you useless sack of garbage. Now, I won't be recording myself every single day, but I will still be keeping track of the data, and I will be giving periodic updates as I go. Welcome to a new segment called That's Not a Business. Today's feature, Instagram ambassadors. Attention, if you or a loved one is a crippling social outcast because they believe being an Instagram ambassador is equivalent to owning a business, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Side effects may include forcing useless products onto others, selling your soul, and being taken advantage of by a pyramid scheme. Tune in next time for another segment of That's Not a Business. Quick 15-day update. There's not really much to be said other than I'm getting really tired of peeing in a bucket, but the show must go on. You can pause and take a look, but if you don't want to, we're just going to go ahead and jump to day 30. The 30-day challenge is now over, which means I no longer have to use this to record my progress, which also means that it's going in the trash. It's foul, but it had to happen. Somebody had to do it so that so many years down the road, you can know what we're capable of, even though it's probably not useful information. And then this is going straight in the trash. It smells so bad. Hold on. So yeah, there, if you want to pause and take a look at the data that I got, you are more than welcome to do so, but I don't think anyone cares enough to do it, so I'm just going to move on to the last bit of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, this number right here, the number that lies before you, is the number of gallons that I have peed in 20 years, roughly. Now I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say,
oh, you know, how the heck did you account for when you were a baby? What you're supposed to do is travel back in time.
Props to you, Harvard-educated individual that's going to say that. Let me make a little bit of a specification that might help some people feel better. I have been the same height and the same weight for like 7 years. So almost half of my life has been the same physically. Given that so far in 20 years I've approximately peed somewhere around 4,184 gallons, let's see what that could have filled. So I could have filled 351,981 water balloons, but let's not stop there. Let's figure out how many Jeep Wranglers I could have filled with my own urine. In 20 years, I could have filled, rounding down, I could have filled 185 Jeep Wranglers with my own urine.
Now that's impressive.
Average hot tub volume. The typical hot tub holds 400 gallons of water. In 20 years, I could have filled almost 10.5 hot tubs full of my own urine. That's disgusting. I could have, okay, in 20 years, using my own urine, I could have filled 52,797 margarita glasses, given that they were 300 milliliters in volume. Holy moly, this is a lot of tennis balls. There's gonna be 4 options displayed on the screen. You have to choose. How many tennis balls do you think I could have filled in 20 years with my own urine? Pick a number on screen. If you guessed 93,840, you are correct. Imagine playing tennis with a ball that's just full of my urine. If you could just, do me a favor, share this video with somebody who needs to be informed. If you haven't checked out our Instagram, definitely go follow it. We post on there regularly. And if you haven't checked out our merch either, definitely do that. The links are going to be down below.
Hello?
And that's about it. I know this video has been kind of a long time coming, but it's now here, and I hope that every second that you spent watching it was entirely worth it.
Wine Walla.
Soak your big gulp all over me.